Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into the AI industry. And honestly, it's starting to look like a high-stakes chess game, where just a few kings are cornering the entire board. It's this wild story of incredible breakthroughs, for sure, but it's also about a handful of giants setting all the rules. And it's leaving startups everywhere asking, are there any moves left for us to make?
And this quote, man, it just captures the feeling perfectly. You know, if you're an AI investor or a founder right now, you're living this paradox. On one hand, you're just incredibly excited. I mean, the tech is advancing literally every week. But on the other hand, you're kind of desperate. The top players are moving so fast, it feels like they're just sucking all the oxygen out of the room.
All right, so the first thing you have to understand is what people are calling the Great Divergence. Basically, the big AI labs are not all playing the same game anymore. We're seeing a huge split in their strategies.
It's really boiling down to two clear paths, two different philosophies. In one corner, you've got the generalists. Think OpenAI, think Google. They're chasing the holy grail, true artificial general intelligence, or AGI. They want to do it all. They want to win at everything. Then, in the other corner, you have the specialists. They're making a totally different bet. They're picking one specific, defensible niche and just saying, we're going to be the absolute best at this.
And these bets are getting super focused. Take Anthropic, for instance. They're going all in on being the best at coding and what's called agentic AI. You know, AI that can actually do things for you. And then you've got Mir Murati, who used to be the CTO at OpenAI. Her new company, Thinking Machines, is betting the farm on multimodal AI, stuff that understands images, sound, and text, and creating brand new ways for us to interact with it. Okay, so beyond what these giants are building, we need to talk about how they're building their empires, because they're using two powerful strategies that are just incredibly hard for anyone else to compete with.
The first one is this idea people are calling the horizontal family bucket. And it's a brilliant move, really. Think about ChatGPT. When you pay for a subscription, you're not just getting a chatbot anymore, right? You get search, you get a tool that can write code, an image generator, you get this whole bucket of services. So if you're a startup and you've built an amazing AI presentation maker, well, how do you compete? Why would someone pay you separately when it's already included in the big bucket they already pay for?
And the second strategy, it's called vertical integration. And honestly, nobody does this like Google. It means they control the entire stack from top to bottom. They design their own custom chips, their TPUs, to run their models super efficiently. Then, of course, they build the AI model itself, Gemini. And finally, they own the pipes to get it to you. We're talking Android phones, the Chrome browser, YouTube, billions of users. It's a complete fortress. It's almost impossible to attack.
So, what's the end result of all these power plays? Well, for startups, it leads to something people are calling the shrinking mining window. The metaphor here is actually perfect. I want you to picture the big AI labs like they own a huge, rich gold mine. Now, the startups, they're like these scrappy prospectors, and they go out and find a brand new vein of gold, a really cool, valuable new way to use AI. But as soon as they prove that gold is there, the giant company that owns the whole mine can just roll in with its massive machinery and take it all.
And this isn't just a metaphor. You can see this window closing in real time. Look at the timeline. A company like Perplexity, they had a good 2-year head start with their AI search product. But then, fast forward a bit, a startup called Cursor had only 9 months with their AI coding tool before Anthropic launched a competitor. And more recently, a startup called Minus had just 3 or 4 months, that's it, before ChatGPT rolled out a very similar feature. That window of opportunity, it is shrinking fast.
So you hear all that, and it's easy to feel pretty pessimistic, right? Like the game is rigged. But history tells us a different story. Even the biggest, most dominant players can be challenged. Let's go back to 2015 for a second. Back then, pretty much everyone thought the e-commerce game was over. You had giants like Taobao that just seemed absolutely unbeatable. The market was locked down. But then, a founder came along with a totally different, non-consensus vision. And he built Pinduoduo, a company that completely changed the rules and became one of the biggest in the world. And that's really the key takeaway here. The fight is absolutely not over. But winning? It's not going to come from playing the same game as the giants. It's going to come from a founder with a truly contrarian idea. Someone who sees a path that everyone else is just completely missing. So that leaves us with the big question, the billion-dollar question, really. In an AI industry dominated by giants, what does that next great founder, that next visionary, even look like?